Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days. It's a joke, you idiot.
Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Aaron Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Brooklyn. The candles are not lit, but we're still ready to have a good time. With me, as always, is my indispensable co-host, my number two, the man with the plan, Zawodni, everybody.
Hey,
give it up for him.
Dylan, the candles are not lit, but the sun is goddamn shining, and it is another
Beautiful day.
It's another Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's an all-new Troublemakers that you can find full video episodes on our YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to that. But you can also listen to us. You can do the audio if you're at the gym, you're driving in the car, or you're just, sitting depressed on the train because it's stopped and you got an hour to kill and you want to listen to us. But if you are listening to the audio version, we ask you for a huge favor, Dylan.
Big favor.
Yeah.
5 stars. For
For just 5 stars from your finger, you can make 2 podcasters very happy. And if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know, this is kind of a 4.8 type of podcast, those are the stars I want to give.
Round up.
You know what we're going to ask you to do is either learn that math lesson from 3rd grade and round up, or take your phone and shove it straight up your mother's cunt.
Oh, my God.
I didn't think I was going to say that. I didn't think I was going to go there.
Oh my
I did
God.
not think I was going to say cunt.
2 minutes
Man,
in.
we are starting strong, and we're starting strong because we have a returning guest of the podcast who did the show before I came along.
Yeah.
But he's a good buddy. I've had the pleasure of working with him, doing some comedy on the road over the years. Please help us in welcoming Aaron Putnam, everybody.
Yo, 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 what's up?
Welcome back, baby.
I'm back with no COVID, and I give you 6 stars. So.
Did you have COVID last time?
Dude, that you didn't get it is surprising because now that I'm putting it... First of all, I had a pink polo on, and I had COVID. I got a blue one on, and now I'm just gay. I don't know. But listen, I got on the JMZ. I should have known when I was just standing there and my coffee dropped out of my hand that maybe I was a little off, and it was a little hot out, so I just thought maybe I had the New York humidity going to Bushwick
Heat
on
stroke,
the train,
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, I'm just a little out of it. And I left here, shit my pants, basically, like I squirted, got fever, and immediately had to drop all my spots, got a COVID test, positive, felt bad, moved out for the rest of the time I was there at my friend's place into a hotel, and just laid there looking at the new World Trade Center, just shitting and puking, and then I flew with COVID.
Oh my God.
Call me crazy. I put a mask on and let it roll.
Yeah, you're basically like a terrorist at this point.
Pretty much, dude.
You shit your pants.
I do that more often than I'd like to admit anyways.
Do you really?
Well, it's just from the drinking and from the hot sauce, and then the coffee doesn't help. So once in a while, I think I got a nice little trumpet, but it's like,
Oh, you can't trust those, buddy.
no. I mean, I should have stopped trusting a fart probably when I was 30.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that looks like, sometimes I feel like it's going to be like a drop in a fart, and then like water, you never know what's going to break, where the levee is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes like, is that packed up and I can rip a fart, or is this one going to go a little, or am I going to have to suck my butt, and you suck it up? It almost goes, it does, I can tell if it hits underwear.
No, I don't.
But then if I hit underwear, they're going in the trash can at Starbucks. Ripped up off one leg, ripped off, and they go in.
And
My
you're
God.
just raw dogging the rest of the day.
And just till I can get some more underwear. Yeah.
bare wiener and jeans.
Dude.
It's the worst feeling ever.
Oh,
I would never throw away my underwear, mostly because I wear MeUndies, brought to you by MeUndies. I wish they were a sponsor. Honestly, they should be. They are not, but we should reach out to them because I just spent $120 on 6 pairs of underwear.
Oh, yeah.
I buy them like every 2 years. But they are the best. Dude.
This is a good question. You know what I started doing right when I turned 30 is throwing away underwear and socks with holes in them. I used to save underwear until they were
Like-
not even the use anymore. The elastic's worn out.
Yeah, the
holes
elastic
all
is the
under
big
my.
thing.
I don't know why I get the holes under my balls.
it's something when
Big balls.
You want me to tell you?
Thanks, dude.
Sorry to keep it on pooping, but when you sit down on the toilet, unless you're naked, you're doing this. You're moving the knees out.
Yeah.
Oh, I shit completely naked.
Okay, but if you're ever
Dude, I used
but
to
if
for
you're
a
ever
long
down,
time.
keep those legs together, because every time you sit, it's like that rubber band's getting less, and all of a sudden they're tight, ripped, and a little frayed at the top. Yeah.
You know what doesn't have that problem? MeUndies. They are
Is
the
it
best.
MeUndies?
MeUndies. It's the best underwear in the game. I cannot talk more positively about them.
Cool.
They are unbelievable. They keep you cool somehow.
Nice.
Like I feel like they're stretchy and elastic, but they still hug you, and then they kind of like cradle your dick and balls in a weird way.
Are they like boxer briefs?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to go by. When's the last time you wore actually some tidy whities?
You want it? It was
never.
it was the first time I visited New York. It was in 2017.
Jesus.
And anytime I would go on a trip longer than 3 days, I had this thing where I would just buy a pack of underwear.
Sure, just anywhere. Bodega underwear.
I accidentally bought briefs.
Throw them on.
And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time that I'm a brief guy. Because eventually you do graduate to it as an adult man.
Wait, you were a tidy whities guy for like until you were in your 20s?
No. I accidentally bought the tidy whitey version. I mean, they were different colors. They weren't whiteys.
Oh, you got the Fruit of the Looms, red, blue, brown. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
and
dude.
I put them on, and I was like, maybe I could wear these. And they kind of shape you nice down there. You know, they give you that like dad dick look.
Yeah, like Broadway Bushwick underwear, like from next to the bodega. They're like, we got Nikes, we got underwear.
Well, no, I bought these at a Macy's, and I was all excited about it. And then I went out one day in the hot New York, like humid weather,
dude.
and had like it was like
those
just digging in places
dude,
that didn't need to be.
There's a skid on those. It goes all the way. Yeah.
It was brutal. It was one of the worst, like most uncomfortable days I've ever had in my life. Just walking around in jean shorts and tidy.
A friend of
whities.
mine only wears briefs, but his flex is if you got a big piece, like your shit, boxers won't keep your shit. I go boxer brief, same thing. He's like, nah, dude, he needs like a fucking swing. I'm like, shut up. But
Also, boxers. I mean,
boxers.
gross,
That was
dude.
me growing up skateboarding. We all wore boxers with big baggy pants, but those things would be ripped, fucking, like, you know.
Yeah, get out of here, dude.
Boxers.
Boxers are just a way for people in your family when you're a teenager to see your fucking dick.
Oh yeah.
As an athlete, I need something that keeps it all compressed. I
Yeah.
like a compression short. In another great, I'm very much, when I find something, I will religiously stick to that.
Yeah, I'm
so
like that.
MeUndies for underwear, Chubbies for shorts. I only wear
Chubbies
Chubbies.
are good, yeah.
That's it. And the compression line sports short. That's really, I wear that to every function, every event.
I just follow
every summer.
the Barstool guys, whatever that guy's wearing. I know it's expensive, and
Yeah.
like check out this T-shirt. I'm like, yeah, you get them for free. They're like $100. But dude, I wore something a couple weeks ago, and everyone was ripping on me because I kept wearing them. I threw on a pair of, I guess they kind of are like men's workout nylons or spandex or whatever with shorts over it.
Yeah.
I put that on, and I was just in the right lane, dude.
Dude,
Now I know why a woman
special
like
about it.
my wife when she has like pantyhose on or whatever you fuck call, but and she never wears underwear. I'm like, oh, that's what it's about. Like shit's just all nice,
Little breeze.
breeze and just all comfy. Like I feel like anybody fuck me, I'm flexing. God, I'm so
Unbelievable,
Unreal.
This
dude.
fucking guy.
So fucking rude.
Cardinal sin.
No respect, dude.
You know what the problem was?
Feels
too?
like Kerrigan's back on the pod.
Oh
with the
my
phone
God.
going on.
I quit.
Bro, it was a number without a name attached to it. So you were just that
You know what
wasn't
it
even an
is?
important
Know who's
call.
after me right now? Premier Bank.
Yeah, debt collectors.
Dude, I forgot I even had the credit card. I used it one time, and it's been sitting there, and they've been calling me. I think the limit's 300, and they just keep calling, and now I don't know what I'm doing.
I had a full-blown meltdown on somebody calling me about a credit card that went to collections like 4 years ago because they called me and I was kind of having a bad day. And I answered. This was like 2 days ago, and they were like, "Whoa, we can maybe." I was like, "I thought I paid that off," and they were like, "No, you didn't," and I know I didn't.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, you can get on a payment plan now." I was like, "I can't pay anything."
Yeah.
I
You
was
know what
like,
you gotta do?
like $10 a month. I was like, "I can't pay that." I was like, "I just lost my job. My dad died." It was like
they hang up
8
on you?
months ago. You know.
You got to ask them for like an itemized. I forget what it is. I think it's an itemized statement or something like that. Because the debt collectors don't get that. They
I
just
know.
get the total amount. So you legally you're like allowed to ask them. Be like, okay, well, I need like an itemized. I need an itemized bill from you.
Yeah.
And they
that's
won't
smart.
send it, and then they'll just stop calling.
All I know, I mean, I've had some pretty bad jobs over the years, but never have I been desperate enough to do the cold calling that those people have to. And I try to be nice to them because it's not their fault. And they've changed a lot too, customer service, when they're calling to bug you about credit cards. You'll say one thing wrong, and one guy hung up. He goes, "Fuck you!" like they try to get one in there too. They're taking grenades all day, bro.
Oh,
so I try to be nice. Sometimes I answer in a different, like I'm like, "Hello, House of Ing," you know. I say things like, and then I like, "Oh yeah," you know. I just go in and I fuck with them. I'm like, "Yeah, you know, my kid has AIDS," or like whatever. Just sit, fuck with them.
Yeah.
And then they don't, and then they're like, they don't know what to say.
If you don't curse, they don't get off the phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I was getting calls from those car guys, like your extended warranty kind of things, and they have levels, right?
Sure.
So I learned that. So I would fuck with them, and they would call the first time, and then I would talk, and they'd be like, they get all the basic questions. Then they send you to the salesman.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I want to waste that guy's time.
Yeah.
So get to the salesman. I give all the basic. They're like, what kind of car do you have? And I'm like, oh, a Honda Accord. And they're like, okay, I give all the price and everything. They're like, okay, we're going to transfer you to our representative. And then it's like, hello. It's like this douche. And
the way I love to fuck with them too, it's like right now I'm getting letters saying trade your car in for 16.5 because they're trying to get used cars. And I know that it's by a robot or it's just by numbers. They're not paying attention to what my account is. So I take that initiative to call them and go, are you trying to rub it in my face that I owe 21 on this car and you're going to give me 16, you cunt? You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, sorry. I go, so you're acting like you're personable with me. You're not even looking at my account. I get all excited, but I want to pay. Come on, man.
two cunt bombs, right? And a third right there.
I know there was 4. I said it twice.
Are we not allowed to say that anymore?
No, we can't.
Okay.
It's
We can
just,
say
usually
We all-
now 5.
Yeah.
Usually Ray doesn't drop one in the first 30 seconds.
Dude, I don't know what came over me. Sometimes I get so fired up when I think of somebody sitting at home and they're not going to give us 5 stars, and it fucking infuriates me. And I didn't mean to bring their mother into it.
Well, mother's cunt is my go-to because if I stub my toe or something, mother's cunt. It's a real like Jesus Christ moment. Cheese and crackers. I don't know. It's probably kind of rude. My wife told me not to say it anymore, and I said male and female. She goes, yeah. I go, ah. I give it to males.
Have you ever have you ever called someone a cunt?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Girl and guy for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And I've called myself one too. Like I know I'm being a cunt.
Fair.
You have to say it a little. Like some guy was yelling on my street at about 2 a.m. I was walking my dog, and he kept yelling, but just being drunk or whatever. And I just said, "Shut up, you cunt." And that's a little bit like you're being nice enough, and you can get away with it.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, yeah. So that
calling a guy that is not bad at all.
6 girls across the street thought it was the funniest thing they ever heard in their life.
Yeah.
Calling a woman that is like the equivalent of slapping a man across the face.
Absolutely, and I never would because I would just more. There's easier ways to be effective.
I've said it
Yeah.
one time to a lady.
I try not to. My wife and I
told it
definitely
here.
don't talk that way to her.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, this was a lady. I remember friends. It was friends brought people to my house, had a little after party, and this girl, we set up beer pong, and then something happened, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of. We played a little bit, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm getting tired, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. It's like 2:30 in the morning, right, in Boston.
Yeah.
And this girl was like, I didn't even know her, and she's like, I already set up the beer pong table. We're about to play. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry, but I got to go to bed. Got to wake up. And she literally full can of beer
Oh, okay.
on the table. You've heard this, right?
No, I was just wondering where the cunt was.
She
come into
looked
play.
at,
There it is.
dude, she locked eyes with me and gave me a look and just fucking slid her hand and knocked the beer on the floor.
That's how they are.
And it hit that it just slammed, spilled everywhere. I go, dude, that was pretty cunty.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you didn't even really say
No, and all the dudes in there were like, whoa, whoa. I go, shut. I don't
Did
even
you call
know
Maria
you, dude.
cunt?
I go,
Or it's like that whole Boston thing too. It's like, you think you're better than me? Watch this. Oh, doesn't want to play beer pong? Pussy. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Dude, I will never forget. I was at a high school football game when I was in high school. I'm not still going to high school football games.
I love Ray just being like, Friday Night Light style. He'd be like, I'm an investor.
Or you just walk around telling
We're going
everyone how,
state.
you know who we got to pick next year, to the coach and following him around.
I've been watching these junior high boys play, and that is quarterback.
Johnny's
Great
in
thighs on him.
Johnny's in 7th grade, but hell of an arm.
Hell of an arm, yeah.
Oh, the kid's built like a brick shit house.
I'm so glad I didn't peak in high school, dude. No, it's rough, dude.
Me too.
It'll hurt you.
I did.
As much as I wanted to have girls like me in high school, I wanted to not hit puberty in like 11th grade.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got it all back.
You had puberty in 11th grade.
Basically,
That's sick, dude.
thanks, brother. I should have listened to my gym teacher who also taught sex ed, Mr. Beam, with his tight sweatpants. He was like, everybody catches up in the end. I was like, I just want one pube. Dude, I was getting in 10th grade because when I was growing up, you had to shower naked, and everybody else was fucking on their way, dude. And I'm just like, I got to get pubes before gym class next week, and it just never happened. And then all of a sudden, I got hair on my back. It's falling off my head. It's great, but.
I'm just picturing Mr. Beam calling Aaron in every week to be like, Aaron, let's talk about your pubes.
Let's talk about you lack of them.
Are they growing in yet? Show me.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen till this day, one of the funniest things that I've ever seen is I was in swimming class in 11th grade, and this kid Will, we're all in the showers, and Will posts up on the corner. And he's got this big mischievous smile on his face, and he just takes his shit right in this communal shower. And it's like we're like all like we're all running out, but we're all laughing hysterically, and we're crying. Dude, we got tears in our eyes. And like the teacher had to come in and like squeegee it out or whatever he had to do. And
So it was an accidental poopy?
No, it was he posted up and like
I'm gonna
in
do
the
a poopy.
corner. Yeah, it was like a bit, and then
no,
a shit bit, and then like a week later, this like because it was so funny, and it's never funny the second time. Like The Hangover 2 is not nearly as funny as the first Hangover.
No,
this
too long.
This kid Mike is like, I'm gonna try to do it. And he posts up, and he just the littlest of shit came out of his butt and hit the ground, and everybody just started making fun of him. Like what did that come out of your pussy? What is it?
We don't know what
girl
anything
shit?
is, but yeah. My cat poop.
They kept saying he shit. They were like, "Oh, you shit like a
Oh,
girl, dude."
I'm just picturing him fucking pushing it down the drain with his feet, breaking it up.
I'm assuming this guy is dead, but I worked with a guy when I was like 14. And he was like 20. We thought he was 100 because when you're that young.
Yeah.
And he was an alcoholic. He made pizzas at this place, Bilbo's. We had sandwiches named like the Bilbo Fagin Baggin or whatever it's called. Named after the whole Hobbit.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it like that way, whatever.
Yeah. That's what hey, listen,
It had
that's the
sprouts.
name of the sandwich.
It had sprouts on it. But he goes, dude, he was like drunk and like, it should have been the first time I realized what alcoholism does to your GI tract and everything.
Yeah.
He was bitching and getting all irate. And then all of a sudden a little fucking rock hard turd just rolled out of his jeans.
Oh my God.
And 9 skateboarders are standing there we're just destroying him. Just like, and then I think we drew dicks on his head that night when he was passed out. Cold cuts. I mean, mean shit way before Jackass, which I never want to be that way. But man, I was like, that was a weird hard turd that he had no digestion going on.
That's
gravel,
tough,
like pebbles.
Being a 20-something-year-old hanging out with 16-year-old skateboarders, that's a tough life. Drinking with them.
What we do, we washed the dishes. Well, we threw them away mostly. We got in trouble. We would like we're out of plates, and they found them all in the trash because we had ready to go skating. We were working like 4 to 7. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we're in there, we're eating everything. We're doing like it's bad. But he was like, he would buy his beer. And then he drank with us at a trussel. You know what a trussel is? Like they have those in PA, like by the train.
Yeah.
So where I grew up, it's like going out of the trussel. That's where you get all the finger banging and the keg stands and all that. But yeah, dude, he used to drink with us. Jim LeClaire. He can't be alive. If you're already shutting down, then yeah, he's
by the tressels right now with some new 14-year-olds.
And Jim LeClaire in Detroit, Michigan. Where is he? He's got to be from Canada.
Or you're gonna be getting you're gonna get a DM being like, "Hey, I actually got my life together, and
thanks. I have 3
sorry
children
about all those things I did around you guys. It was very embarrassing."
I actually just messaged Ira Glass. I'm gonna be on This American Life talking about it.
you know what he loves about working at that restaurant?
What?
Is he gets older and the dishwashers stay the same age.
All right,
baby.
all right.
He's just having a fucking blast.
He had long, stringy blonde hair, and of course, he played in a band. You know, I forget some like Slayer wannabe dude, but he was just like, why? He looked like the weird, like you had the little wiry round glasses and the long string. He looked like a guy from the Young Ones.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
John Lennon.
He was probably trying. Yeah, close enough to then to be like, yeah.
Dude, the first job I ever had was like on the books was a dishwasher when I was like 14. And I quit after 2 months. Mm-hmm. I did the just stop showing up. Had my mom go pick up my last paycheck. Oh, yeah, that move. Yeah, like a real coward.
Miss those days.
And I remember a girl working there was like, I can't believe you did that. That was just so unprofessional. It's like, yeah, I'm 14. I would hope I'd be pretty fucking unprofessional.
You know what's unprofessional?
I'm
is that you're here and your kids are in the booth because you don't have a babysitter.
Yeah, like who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's hard to give him respect.
Dude, the amount of times I remember one time working at the DA's office. I just said this last episode, but working there, this woman comes in who was known in, she would come in as a victim a lot of times, but then sometimes a defendant. Sometimes she would just hang out, it felt like. And one time she was a witness on a case. And I had to like beg her to come in. I had to really work to like make this real. And she was very like, "What's up, sweetheart?" And I'm like,
no.
"Okay." This is a lady. She threatened to punch me in the face the first time we met. Like that kind of stuff. Real salt of the earth, you know. And I remember she comes in and she's like, "I can't stay. My kids are in the car." I go, "Right now?" I go, "It's July. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I go, "Go get your kids. Bring them in. Come on."
Yeah.
And then she goes outside. 5 minutes go by. The judge is like, "Hey, are you gonna do this trial? Where's the witness?"
This trial thing?
And I was like, I go, "Judge, She left her kids in the car, and I just told her to go get her kids and bring them in. Can I go check? So I go downstairs, and the security guard's like, "Oh yeah, she left like 10 minutes ago."
Dude, what if the judge was like, it just answered you like, she got her kids in the car? Yeah, we see it a lot.
Yeah, dude. I walk upstairs. I go, "Judge, I think there was some miscommunication. She left," and he's like, he knows who she is, and he goes, "Yeah, dismissed."
Dismissed. Yeah. Fuck, man. It's a hard job.
It was, yeah.
I don't know this about you, Aaron. I know you've had some of your drinking and partying days, but did you ever get in trouble with Johnny Law?
I did. Sadly, because a friend ratted me out because they're young.
Really?
The thing is, you can't really like blame a kid when they're like 14, 15 for like, tell us who else was with you. But my mom can. My mom's still. It's my friend Joey. My mom's so.
Holds it against him.
She's not a Karen. She's a Crystal. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
weirdly, I don't know, but I do.
Yeah,
know.
I knew exactly.
like
what
if you were gonna name her Karen and Lululemons, what are you gonna name? What's Crystal gonna be doing?
Crystal's got a cigarette in the house.
Yeah, a cool with a K.
Yeah.
But yeah, she picked me up and she goes, "What happened?" And I told the whole story, and she goes, "Wait, he did what?" And he's a lifelong friend. She's been calling him a snitch ever since. She goes, and he's like, and I'm like, my mom she refers to you as the snitch. But yeah, what happened is so stupid because I'm not a thief, even when I was in my worst drug addiction and everything. But we were drunk, and I still lived in Michigan. We were young, I was 15, and we saw 3 boxes of T-shirts in a car with tie dye. Like for skateboarders, we hate hippie. We were like, what are we gonna do with this? Burn it? Like we had nothing to do with it. This dummy. We said we're gonna never wear it or throw it out. He's wearing one around town.
Oh my God.
And what does he hear? Stop! I made that T-shirt. And long story short, about 2 hours later, I'm bussing tables at Chi-Chi's. I don't know if you guys remember Chi-Chi's.
they had the outbreak.
Yeah, they had the dysentery. Yeah. They also had about 4 lunatics that were 14 working there, burning each other with hot knives on the neck and just not doing anything besides chips flying in there because we're not working, just hanging out. It was great. But he called me. The cop goes, "This is Officer Langdon." I remember his name actually because he used to give me skateboard tickets too. That's how small this little area was, even though it was a shithole. And he goes, "Don't try to lie. Your friend told me all about it." First, so I was like, all right. Went in, thought we were both going to get probation or whatever. Long story short, they said, be really honest about your upbringing. So I told them the whole story, just like this, my mom, blah, 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 blah. I thought it was going to help me. They go, yeah, he's had a pretty fucked up life. I think he needs a lesson. So they put me in juvie for 4 days.
Oh my God.
Right before Christmas.
So you missed Christmas.
Yeah.
Holy shit. At 14.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And my roommates, my roommate there, racist, redneck, and everybody else was of color pretty much that was in there. And there was a lot going on like, what's up, man? Like I had Doc Martens on and they kept going, are those penitentiary boots? I go, I don't know, because it was the 80s. I don't know, late 80s. I don't know what fucking TV show was out that had the reference for them. But I go, they're Doc Martens. They look like penitentiary boots. I said, I know. Say it again, motherfucker. But anyways, they left me alone because I was, they're like, oh, you got any little debit? Same thing as in like regular county jail. There's everyone's like trying to get commissary shit. Yeah. Because or this one guy, oh, oatmeal, you're not going to eat it? That really sticks with you all day. I'm like, I know. Just everyone's on repeat. And my roommate was just this racist, calling everybody names, like bad ones. Yeah. And then he was
what
like,
what
kind? Names of jungle animals, weird stuff. Geez. And I go, someone's got to stab this guy, but it never happened. But he also, I told him where I lived, where neighborhood I was from. He goes, oh, they got the best crack. And then, long story short, I got a bill. I go, oh, Juvie's a hotel. So I never paid it, but shout out to Ingham County Juvie.
Yeah. That's insane.
42 a day in like the late 80s.
They sent you a bill?
Yeah. For
Holy
like
shit.
$200.
Wow.
And not to keep going downer, but my mom didn't pick me up because she's a crystal. And I had to ride home with a nice mom who picked her kid up from juvie at like 6. They let you out ASAP. Like 6 a.m. She had a broken window and it was winter and we just drove in the back and then she just dropped me off and I came in and my mom was asleep. I'm like, thanks for picking me up.
Oh my God.
I was supposed to get diversion. You know about that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be diversion. And then later on in life, like they said, do you have a record? I go, absolutely not. And they go, well, there's something here. It's closed. I go, then why are we talking about it?
Yeah, right.
What is diversion?
What, was that the first time you got in trouble with them too?
That's the part I missed. The reason I did the 4 days and the little snitch didn't is because I got in a fight. one time before that, because we used to skateboard down in this plaza.
That's
and
also crazy.
And we'd drink, and then all the other kids from different high schools would come, and skateboarders all together, whatever. And something happened. I was fighting some dude, and then some cop grabbed my shoulder, and I didn't know it, and I didn't swing at him, but never been thrown down quicker in my life than by a cop.
Pushing him off or
Yeah, and then
whatever.
they had my arms back here where they're like, I think they broke my fall, knowing we're not going to break his face, but it was like, and then like scraped me on. I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. Only time.
Damn.
Everything else up. Well, I do have a couple warrants right now for some speeding tickets.
Do you really?
2, I refuse to pay. I keep my. No, it's in Indiana.
Dude, that's going to fuck you.
Yeah,
You got to pay those,
dude.
dude.
It comes back.
Okay, so you're saying? Let me ask you.
You're clean, sober.
Yeah.
Haven't been in trouble in years.
That's my. So what kind of trouble? Just pay it, right? The OR
You
me,
got to
right?
fucking pay that.
They'll
yeah.
OR me, right?
I mean, if you, I guess.
It's in Indiana. If I'm in New York,
Speeding tickets, I mean, but if you get, I doubt they'd like
I know,
extradite you for a speeding ticket. But if you get even stopped anywhere, you never know.
Well, let
You
me
never
ask
know.
you this. I've been stopped twice, and they came back so quickly. Do you think they just ran my plate and didn't really run my license? Because maybe it's not popping up. But my boy that's a lawyer in Shiawassee County in Michigan, because this would happen when I first moved back from New York and I started doing comedy, and I was in Michigan for a little bit. I didn't know why I had a warrant. I got stopped by the state police. And they go, dude, I know you're going to a show. I'm letting you go. Just so you know, you have a warrant from New York State. I go, what? Took me forever. No one could tell me why. I finally found DMV. Yeah, we put a lien on your license because you owe state taxes. So I called and paid that, got my license back, but then not on purpose, but the DA at the place goes, I want to know why this happened before I even let you pay the speeding ticket. So then I just kept letting it go, and I wasn't in Michigan again, and now it's been 5 years.
Damn.
You could always, I mean, it's not criminal.
Yes.
It's not
So
criminal.
what do I do?
speeding
Call them and
ticket.
just say, hey.
Dude, you could call them or also like,
Just turn myself in?
No.
But that's what I'm saying.
I would hire a lawyer. At worst case scenario, I'd hire a lawyer to go to court for you and just take care of it.
That's what I'm going to do, because
But you could probably just call them and see like how much you need to pay and do all that.
I just wanted to pay the
I
speeding
think I'm
ticket.
in a lot of trouble too.
Why?
I owe man.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
okay. It's okay, right?
Yeah, let's fucking air out all this on a podcast.
Well,
man.
I had an Easy Pass that I didn't know wasn't working because it was no longer linked to my bank account.
I got that too.
And I was driving all over the place. So now I'm in collections from like 6 different states of Easy Pass.
Jesus.
I definitely
and
know
it's
that.
too difficult for me to because I'll call them and they'll be like, no, that's turned over to this collection agency. You got to call and pay through them. And then when you call the collection agency, they're like, yeah, that's going to be like $300. And I'm like, it was a fucking $9 toll.
Well, that's what they do in Illinois,
I
dude.
just refuse to do it.
If you miss a 90, yeah.
I also had my car booted twice in 3 weeks in 2 different states.
Yeah, you need to not have a car, Ray. You need to get rid of that
Well,
car.
dude, the thing is, I only
count on it for
got
work.
towed once in New York when I had a Civic here back in before I moved, and went Brooklyn Navy Yard is where they used to do it by there.
Yeah.
Once you get there, they put you on a bus to get you to your car. That's how many cars are in there.
I am on a payment plan though.
Yeah, I mean,
I am
I'm-
on a payment plan with New York City paying my tickets.
That's
So-
what I do too.
So fuck
Smart,
off. Oh,
smart.
fuck off. You're not a prosecutor anymore, so stop prosecuting at me.
Dylan, but I appreciate
not.
I
I'm
appreciate
giving you
your
advice.
You're
My
judging me.
friend Nick, who's a lawyer as
Yeah.
well, and a lot of comics are lawyers, and they're good at comedy because I think you got to be smart to do
They're
comedy
assholes.
too. Yeah, but
Analytical.
yeah, and my friend Nick goes, yeah, dude, I just because he goes in, he works in that office, he brings clients there, and he goes, you still got a warrant. It's not active, meaning it's like they just when they find you.
Yeah, there's a difference between having a warrant for a speeding ticket and having a warrant for
No,
murder.
I would account for everything. I just know that it's gonna eventually happen. I just hope I don't have anybody in the car with me that's like a bigger comic that's gonna be mad at me for the rest of their life. Bobby Kelly with me, and I get arrested.
They're not gonna. You got a warrant for
I
murder.
asked Drescher. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, dude. Don't worry. Don't worry."
Yeah, you would be fine. They're not gonna. They probably wouldn't even arrest you. They would maybe just like let you know. It's like having a warrant for jury duty.
Exactly.
But like a lot of these,
I'd like to clear it up.
You don't live in the area. Like I always get nervous that they're gonna send. I don't live in Massachusetts anymore, but like, what if they sent a jury notice?
Yeah.
To Massachusetts,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Then all of a sudden, you have a warrant for jury duty. Even though I'd love to do jury.
You know
duty.
what's tough for me is I hate being on the phone.
Yeah, it's super hard, Ray.
Like really, Ray, but you're right about the thing with the Easy Pass. Whatever, you have a high pass or Easy Pass here.
Easy Pass.
So and we have iPass. Long story short, they got one step in the present and one step in the 80s because you have to call. You can't just add money through an app. So when I called, I go, because I'm just going through the ones paying cash or the ones that I just go through. I'm getting all kinds of, they're 90 cents, but if you don't pay them, they make it 20 and 90 cents.
And then they add more and more and more and more and more. Dude, I've done jury duty before.
I'll never get picked for a jury. Maybe a civil one, but like
my wife,
I would love to.
My wife never can because sadly, her brother was murdered. And right there, you don't have to do.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I mean, it's not to bring everyone down. I just meant that she's like, well, I don't have to ever. If you have any kind of pre-existing shit.
Pros and cons, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All I know is it's a waste.
benefit,
it's pretty much a waste of time because you're not going to be on a juicy case probably.
Dude, I
maybe civil stuff.
Or there's those people that are on juries are like one have nothing to do and they're like they're giving us a hotel. Sick. Is there a pool?
Well, ours got settled. I was
like,
so
what?
pissed. I got selected. And then they end up settling like that afternoon because I don't even know the details of the case, but my work that I hated so much was paying me to be there.
It's the best.
And I was getting like, lunch money from, the being on the jury.
Yeah.
But it was so
Dude,
like,
that reminds me of something.
like watching that jury duty show, it's so crazy. Like I know it's like, they're actors, but when I was in that jury, everybody was so like there was one dude that didn't sit the entire time because he said he had back problems. There was another like redneck dude.
They're on the hustle. Yeah.
There was another redneck dude in there. He was like, man, he's like, I ain't dude. I hope this doesn't last till Wednesday. I'm taking my kid to see Nickelback.
Or yeah.
And then there was like two older people. One older lady lived in a nudist colony, and she was like talking about like just being naked and being comfortable being naked all the time. And then this little like this other
I'm
dude
a good
that
judge of
loved that.
character.
This dude that was like 10 years older than her he's like, oh, you can do that. He's like, I wouldn't last there, man. I wouldn't last there. I'd be harder than Japanese arithmetic.
Oh my God.
And then she's like, it's not like that. She's like, it's not purely sexual. He's like, oh, if I was there, it would be purely sexual. And then there was just like
No motive.
It was me and one other dude around my age, and it was kind of that thing like when like wild, weird shit is happening in the world, and then you just kind of make eye contact with that one other person that is normal.
The guy's just gone.
And you're like, we're in it now, But it was
the other 10 people are like, I'm giving plasma later today too. Like anything, like when they're just like, what are they paying us $32 a day in a hotel? Shit, I haven't been to Hampton Inn since I had my shit together.
Dude, there's a nudist beach on Long Island. You know that?
Yeah.
Really?
It's out by Robert Moses. And we used to go as like kids. We would go. This is like classic Long Island kid going to Robert Moses. We're like 12, 13, 14. And you would go to the beach and you would be, oh, we're going to go take a walk. And you would walk down into like the nudist beach. And then you would just be like, oh, look at they're all naked.
I was
and
so
you walk
immature
back.
too,
Yeah.
dude. I did in San Francisco out by under the Golden Gate Bridge is where a lot of the gay men would go and cruise and they would lay out on the beach. And
How do you know that?
because we went there specifically to yell from the bushes, hey, cock on the rocks, cock on the rocks. Dude, I was so immature as a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But they just owned that beach, but it's like right under the bridge. They're just like walking around naked. I'm like, this is wild. And my dog,
let it swing,
my dog was with me and I let him off the leash for a minute and two. He
comes back with
he's like a
dick in his
bad
mouth.
he's like a badger. No, but he like all of a sudden I see two guys just run out of the bushes like naked, like he disrupted a bang session.
Oh my God. He comes back, condom hanging out of his jaw.
Yeah. It was like, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. It was like a little wiry Asian guy and then a big dude just kind of got up, but the other guy like scattered. I was like, I'm sorry, were you finished?
He's like,
Was it
fucking
nighttime?
one of us was.
What?
Was it nighttime?
No, it was like about 4:30 in the afternoon. And then another park up by the Haight is where they cruise in all these parks. And we were just, a bunch of us were drinking after skating, like sitting down. And I heard some guy yell from the back. He goes, you better watch it. There's 100 of us out here. We're like, this is back in the 90s where it was just like, it wasn't like any kind of slur or being like problematic towards a homosexual. It's just like they're up there and we're just kids and we're just like, what are you doing, man? Oh shit, all right, dude.
Well, it would be funny if
we don't
it
know
was
anyone gay yet. We're like just skateboarders.
It would be funny if it was like a heterosexual random orgy just happening. With
There's less
people
of that random cruising orgy stuff for some reason in the heterosexual community.
That's because gay dudes are fun.
Yeah, man, they're ready to.
Yeah, there's way less cruising. That's the whole thing. It's hard for a straight guy just cruising around.
Could you imagine
for girls?
if
guys do it?
Yeah.
But it's so difficult.
I mean, the game you have to have, like a gay man has to another gay guy when they walk in a room and just the look goes and they go, sup. and then they
That's
disappear for
it.
10 minutes. I mean,
That's
that
it.
only happens in movies to straight people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
come out, Ray Donovan style.
have you ever heard?
He's always against the wall.
Have you ever heard a girl? Have you ever heard a woman or a girl be like,
Showtime.
Yeah, sex.
like-
wait, real quick. Sex in shows is ridiculous.
I hate it.
Crazy.
Dude, I hate watching it. My wife knows. I go, get the sex off the TV.
You know what my biggest?
I don't like it.
You know what my biggest problem with sex in movies and shows is that
No,
they'll
it's not
have
you?
Yes, for sure.
yeah.
But they'll have sex in the bed, and you know it's clearly nobody put on a condom because you don't see that. And then they finish, and the guy just rolls over, and they just lay there.
Bro, and yeah.
What are
You
they
don't
doing?
do that?
What are they doing with that jizz? What's
yeah.
going on with that jizz?
Where it's like every
go to
time
sleep.
I'm done, I
Yeah.
have a sandwich.
Have a sandwich.
Well, yeah, you should. But no, you pop up.
No cookies?
You got to refuel.
You got to refill.
for the next one.
Oh, someone in a new relationship, not a new relationship, but
But you got to pop up and you got to wipe.
I don't
yourself
pop up
off,
again.
wipe
Oh,
each
okay.
other off.
but
They don't do a wipe
another
off in
thing
the
too.
movies.
It's like they could just spend a little more time on the scene and give it a second for the pants to come off instead of like in seconds. It's in like that. All the shit
Yeah.
they're doing. No panties to the side. What's going on with
To be honest, I think they
Who's
should
the
just
stylist
not
on this show?
include it at all.
It does. It's
I
not
think
part
it
of the
should just
story.
be not in.
It's not part of the
I
story.
like the.
No,
I
I-
like.
You know where the protagonist is when it's like that in porn? That's when it should be there. The
think
protagonist is fucking.
No, you know what I like? I like it. The implication that it's happening,
Yeah.
and then they cut, and then they're like
Like a French
putting
movie.
putting their clothes on, or
Yeah,
whatever.
like a little,
Done.
like gives you a little mental note, and then
Yeah.
it's classy.
I want to see everything from the beginning, full pen, and then I want to see them clean off and then have an awkward conversation after.
What are they talking about?
I don't know. It depends on how far along the two characters in the movie are in their relationship. Maybe they're like, hey, maybe one time we could do that and leave it in and think about having kids, or maybe they're like, ugh, I gotta go catch the bus.
You're like, you're like, oh, you pro-choice.
You know,
hey, that'll be $65. Something
I
like
hung out with a lady, and she referred to that time as honesty hour.
Honesty
And I
hour.
was like, that's so funny.
that. That's hilarious.
Because she goes, everybody's just like very honest for
Yeah.
an hour.
Yes, exactly. Honesty hour.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you hook up with a girl, and then I can finally be like, I actually do love Joe Rogan. I don't know. I know I've had to hide that for months, but I love him.
You just come, you roll over, you're like, I voted,
Now that
I
I
voted for Trump twice.
Now that I see that we have a connection, don't lie, I noticed the buckle of I'm a Republican.
That's when you drop. Yeah, that's when you drop the hunt. So about Andrew Tate, I think he's got some good points. And
So I
people
just
are like,
redid my
"Ugh."
bio on OkCupid. Just read it. That's my new.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you to talk about sex in movies. You're about to say something profound.
I don't remember. Oh, I do remember. It wasn't. Cruising. When women brag about, this is a pet peeve that I have now.
Yeah.
When women brag about how much they get laid.
Cat call too, or no? Just
No, just being like, well, I like talking about like, oh yeah, I have sex with so many guys. It's like, yeah, man, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. And I did see someone say it, and it was like one of those, interview shows or whatever, where it's like all these women, they're like, I get laid, I've slept with 100 guys. And the guy's like, yeah, that's easy for a woman. How many of them want to marry you? And it's the coldest thing, but it's true. For a guy, the equivalent of sleeping with a lot of women is, for a woman, the equivalent is like getting in a relationship.
Sure,
That's
sure.
getting a guy to commit to a relationship is as difficult as getting being a guy and sleeping with.
Yeah, because we're from Mars and they're from Venus and all that shit.
If you were a girl,
Exactly.
do you think you'd be a whore?
Until I got my confidence as a human being, yeah,
You would be.
I was a whore because I had low self-esteem.
Oh,
It's true. The people that talk about fucking all the time and doing and not that you have to be in a monogamous relationship, but it's like, dude, I smash everything. It's like, yeah, you got a hole there, dude.
Yeah.
Like work on it.
yeah. Well, they're doing it because it's their only form of like self gratification.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sucks to be raised that way, but like that was the first way that I knew how to show love or attention to a woman. So it was like, oh, she buckled. She likes me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm working, girl. I'm working.
I bet Dylan, you'd be a prude.
Prude?
Chick, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I had a good childhood as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
girl. I'd
Yeah.
probably, just not wanting to.
Yeah, I'm friends with my dad still.
I bet you'd lose your virginity like your senior year of college as a girl, and
Probably
then,
save it for marriage,
and
honestly.
then lose it to your husband, and then he would fucking cheat on you.
whoa.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
He'd
I don't
cheat
know.
on you halfway into the
Yeah,
marriage.
It's a lot of diagnosis.
Probably not, dude, because I'm, I'd be a great wife, dude.
I'd be just a fucking slam pig. I just be crushed.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I
being,
believe that.
I don't mind being low status in the house as long as I'm not paying the bills. Then I mean, I want the whole kit and caboodle.
Ray would be.
If I'm your bitch, then dude, I don't have a schedule.
I would have a fucking OnlyFans. I'd be such a.
I would have an OnlyFans.
I think I
for
should.
Sure.
I'm a pretty good producer. Maybe I should be giving people a little nudge, and I'll manage their
Their OnlyFans.
I'll be like, dude. I mean, why aren't you out there? Why aren't you out there?
Yeah, dude, that's not a bad deal.
Or why aren't you like using that heat from that whomever you may be and putting it in? Like, let's do it in that. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? I don't know.
All right, you having a hard out, right? We got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, we haven't talked, but I don't know if we talked about this last time we were on or you were on. But what do you have the drunkest I've ever been story?
Yes. Because I have so many, but like for me, it's the ones that still resonate because I'm lucky that I didn't get prosecuted. I'm lucky, I'm alive, all that stuff. So I worked at a bar called Puck Fair, which is it used to be between Lafayette and Houston, right on the corner where the gas station is right there, a big building now. And I was a bartender, and then Eladio was my bar back. And, it was one of those slow nights. You're there till 4 a.m., and we started drinking at like 10. So by 4, blacked out. And we decided to lock the door and stay in and drink, do coke. And then we just started breaking shot glasses against the wall. Yeah. And then we passed out behind the bar. Like I woke up to the owner like there. Irish dude, nice guy too. But those guys don't play. Like they came over here to make money.
Yeah.
Construction, bars, and and he picked me up like off the ground and then like dropped me outside of the bar. And then he was actually cool about it later. He goes, "You got a problem?" I go, "Yeah."
Oh,
damn.
And the bar back
dude.
just booked. He just
Damn.
left. He had a lot more on his plate because I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Did you keep working there or no?
I begged for my job for a very long time, but every time I would do it, I'd be hammered. I'd come in at like 11 o'clock at night and be like, "Dude, I'm good." And he's like,
Just give me the job back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just that whole thing. It's like, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So that was one of the worst ones.
What year was that?
That was 2007.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was in it pretty hard, into the addiction a little harder
Damn.
than I needed to be. But like I see it all the time with other people. It's like if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, your life will never make sense until you stop.
Yeah.
Because it's that thing like I can do it. Like you think we show up all the time, but what condition do we show up? And that's another thing. We work real hard. We're like, I'm here because I have no money and I didn't take a shower. You know what I mean? And that's like that people would rather trade someone that's not as good at what they do. Just be like, dude, you're loaded, man. Like. Meaning like you're too much going on.
Yeah.
That's like a thing where you were talking about breaking the shot glasses.
Yeah.
Is I found myself when I would get so drunk is you just have that like no tomorrow Ray.
No tomorrow. That's what I was doing. It's like, for what reason? He was such a nice guy too. Yeah. And I ended up paying for everything later and all that shit. He didn't even really care, but he's just like, what would make me think the place is loaded with cameras? There's like bottles of booze in there that cost $1,000 or whatever. And I got the keys to the place. You think they're not watching me? He probably saw me and waited till the morning or something anyways. And what made us throw the glasses? I don't know. It was so stupid.
You know what though? That's sometimes things get rolling and fun things happen.
Yeah.
And in the moment, it's so fun.
Yeah.
I remember we stayed in Atlantic City once. We stayed for a week, which is about 4 days too long.
4 days
you
too
know?
much. Yeah.
You need
Holy
3
shit.
days in Atlantic City. We stayed a week, 7 days, dude.
Oh my God.
7 days. I was already working after law school.
Oh my
I
God.
took a week to go down to Atlantic City my first year with all my friends. It was all my guy friends and then the girl, like the female group of friends that we were all friends with. So it was like 12 of us in a house, right? Yeah. Off the strip, like in a home. And I remember we had so much fun, but the last night we're there, we all got so drunk. And me and my friend Mel, I'll say her name, it doesn't matter. We start taking all the food, the leftover eggs and everything, and we're just like, we're not going to take this with us. So we just start throwing the eggs as hard as we can at the fridge. Which was so funny. And it was just one of those things where, like, you know, when you do something, it gets a laugh. And then you do it again, it gets a bigger laugh. And it was just every egg that just, like, exploded just was funnier and funnier.
It's going to stick. It won't come off.
And then my buddy Steve comes down and he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? He'd been asleep for like 2 hours at this point.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, the next day we cleaned it all up and like there were little dents and dings in the fridge. We had to pay like $300 extra. That was
For no reason.
shitty.
It's a weird judgment. Like, I don't know. And all of a sudden I was real resentful towards the bar for no reason. It was just like, it was one of the, that got around too.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job for it because I was like a very,
small community.
I was in a demand, but I was definitely like a bartender that would always work at the new hot spot.
Yeah.
And then they were like, he's great at his job, but watch it. What they said, like that you look a little happy drinking that club soda. Like if they see me, like if you're drinking a club soda, you're just like a little sip. I'd have my, like I'm sculling my drink. They're like, Aaron's hot. We got a live one. You know what I mean?
Dude, I did this thing one time where I run into these two buddies that I hadn't seen in a long time at this like neighborhood bar, and we start really like getting after it. And they're like, hey, come back to our place because they live together and have some more drinks. We're drinking, and then my one buddy's like, hey, do you want to do the demolition derby tonight that we were talking about doing? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm trading in my car in 2 days. So we're thinking about just driving around and doing some mischief shit. We're like 25, 26.
Oh, that's
so
too old.
We hop in this car. I'm in the back seat. So we're just driving around, hitting garbage cans that are out for garbage night. We're running onto people's porches because it was right after Halloween, and we're smashing pumpkins, and we're doing all this crazy shit, driving through yards. And then I was the one that fucked it up because we're driving and we're going and we're all doing this crazy shit. We're all amped. It's like, yeah, what's next? What's next? And I just take one of the back doors while we're driving and I swing it open just as there's a parked car there. And it just bashes the car.
My God.
You hear like the glass shatter of the tail light, and then the door swing back shut, and everybody just got silent, was like, and my buddy driving was like, all right, we went too far. Let's go home.
I don't know what it is about vandalism when you're younger too, because another thing we used to do, I had this friend that he was like, we're terrorizers. John Willingham, I had to break up with him in like 9th grade. I go, dude, no, I was like, I'm a skateboarder now and you're a fucking nerd. But no, because he'd always do crazy, like, he'd shoot me with a BB gun. He was one of those kids like, oh, I'm sorry. He clapped threw a guy in a bush. So long story short, he used to go, we're terrorizers. And he'd go, row, kick you, like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But he freaking used to wear a wetsuit like around the neighborhood and we'd go terrorize. So, but anytime
awesome.
It's always good when you're terrorizing people with a trademark.
He'd go, row. But we'd be walking. I'd never know when he was going to decide to do something. So I always had my adrenaline going to run.
Yeah.
And one time, like, he made sure the people looked out their living room window and he goes, and then he threw something at their window and I wasn't ready to run.
Oh my God.
And I got caught my legs were jello and he was just like a terrorizer. So he was able to get out. Yeah, dude.
Good God.
I mean, the thing is, if that happened, if kids were doing that now, if they weren't on their keyboard confidence, they were out doing terrorizing like we were, I don't know how I'd handle that. I'd be like, I know I did this too, or I'd probably tie them up, and I don't know what I would do.
Dude, we had some kids in our neighborhood who were terrorizers, and I was always definitely the one that was like, we shouldn't do this, but the adrenaline gets you.
They called us heathen terrorists, so they put us in some weird newsletter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was so bad. Toilet paper I thought we were just toilet papering all the time. He got real serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dick.
That's so.
Of course, he works for the government now.
Does he really?
He's a Coast Guard and something else. The reason I stopped hanging out with him is because what he did later in life when I wasn't friends with him, he asked me to be in his wedding. I said no. And then 2 days before the wedding, he goes, hey, are you coming down? Do you got your tux? I go, man, you're dumb. I was like, I was a weirdo.
You didn't show up.
I told him no from the beginning.
Damn.
It wasn't.
Dude, terrorizers forever.
John Willingham.
Terrorizers for life, dude.
Yeah.
He's just like middle of his wedding. He's like, chaos. He just fucking.
Yeah. I mean,
Hit his wife with a brick.
Trying to
Throws
get
a
everybody
pressure
that was
cooker.
friends with him in 9th grade to be in his wedding. And, I
That's
was 25 at
strange.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
That's a peaked in middle school kid.
Yeah. Peaked.
Damn.
Peaked.
Well,
Damn.
it's about that time, boys.
Yeah, it's a shorter episode, but I know you got to get out of here.
I mean, sorry about that.
No,
Thanks
no
for having
worries.
me.
No worries, man.
The other time was better, but I hope I didn't jam you up right now.
No, this was good. This was good.
What?
We
This
were,
was
yeah,
fun.
yeah, no.
Cool.
it was
I
fun.
loved it. I love being on.
Tell the people where they can find you, where they can see you.
In 3 weeks, yeah?
This will be 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be in Cincinnati and Columbus, May 26th, 27th with Robert Kelly. I got my monthly show at Laugh Factor called Dopamine, and I'm filming a special in August.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. Where are you filming it?
Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Listening Room because it's a tight room, and I'm going to do that and see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Try to do good 45 and new shit and see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Give Aaron a follow on social media. Go see his special if you're in the Grand Rapids area, or if you're like 2 hours outside, go fucking drive in and see it. Aaron's a great dude, and she's gonna give you a fucking great time, man. Hell
The
yeah.
best, Ray. Ray was a good friend. When I got introduced to Ray, I go, this is a good guy. Right here.
Good guy.
And you could find this good guy at Ray B. Killing Him on all social media, and check me out every Wednesday here on the fucking Troublemakers podcast, baby.
And at Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and at Troublemakers on all those sites. We post clips 4, 5, 6 times a week, so go check those out. Go follow Aaron, and we'll see you next week, baby. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.